Hi everyone, here's my robot lab box. As you can see, it's a 12 by 12 cube. A couple of reasons for that. One is everything fits in, no problem. Sometimes with smaller boxes, if you don't put something in exactly the right way, it just won't fit. Also, it can be used for alternative seating. You can put a top with a cushion on it, and it also can just easily be displayed and accessible in a classroom, which I think is really helpful. So one thing that will be in the box is a flash drive that will contain the lesson plans, just kind of an overview of what's in the box, the material cost, all of that, and just some ideas for using it. So the box is intended for teachers in the classroom for grades 2 to 5. The box would have all of the materials. Obviously, none of the projects would be completed. But part of the idea of this box is that the projects can kind of be mixed and matched. Teachers should feel free that they could add any other materials in here that they think would add to the projects and heighten the projects. But ideally, kids are just experimenting with what's in here, with the project ideas, and then hopefully taking them and just making them their own. So there's kind of 3 categories here. There's the robot category. So one of those robots is not the prettiest finished product, but the ArtBot. So it would come with the plastic cup, 3 markers, electrical tape, the motor, cork. Oh, the battery pack fell out, but a battery pack. And this one's a little bit tricky with fine motor skills. I had to cut the top off of mine. I also cut this some slits in the sides. So teachers would need to just take caution depending on the grade they're doing this in to make sure that everything's ready. But I think mine's also not decorated at all on the outside, and I think that can be a real selling point for the kids and however they want to decorate it. I only use the cork. A lot of other projects also recommended putting a popsicle stick on here. They said to put the cork kind of off center, which I did. Kids can try it on center. And this is kind of the results of me using it yesterday. I think what's really cool is the 2 different markers that are attached made much different patterns. So kids can just sort of experiment with that and see what their robots will make. And the other robot project is the BristleBot, which I fixed from my first project by shortening the head thanks to a few students in the class. So it comes with the motor, the battery, the watch battery, the head of the toothbrush, and then just a couple pieces of tape. And so this one's a pretty easy one to put together. Second category is the circuits category. So the Snap Circuits Junior Kit would come in here with over 100 lesson ideas and project ideas. Something that I did see when researching this was that you can bring in all other materials as well to see if they would work in the circuit. Maybe a different light bulb, maybe a different type of fan, just a lot of different things that you can do with this kit. And I would use this kit like once a week with different projects, just depending on what we were doing in class. There's 2 other circuit ideas. One is a kit itself. It's a little bit more advanced. You would definitely either need a soldering tool or just really an older grade. But I did want to include it just because I did try it, and I think it's important if you have a more advanced group. So it would come with 4 batteries, and then all of these pieces come in the kit that you have to put together. And then the last circuit is just a super, super simple circuit. This happens to unfortunately be the wrong bulb, which resulted from me going to an actual store and not ordering the right bulb online. So the bulb would be just a much smaller wattage flashlight bulb, 1D battery, and then 2 strips of foil and tape. And they would connect the positive and negative ends of the battery to the tip and the sides of the light bulb. This also would be another great project to bring in other materials and see what else would happen. Could you bring a fan in from the snap circuit kit and see what happens there? And then lastly, some of the information on that flash drive would also show some information about Scratch Junior, which is a free app to do some coding. The unfortunate thing about Scratch Junior is you don't have an account. So whatever you save is saved directly to the device you're using. One thing you can do, so this was a project that I had made. Let's see. Oop. If he goes, no, he's not going. But anyway, when you go to save it, you can send it as well. So you could send it to the teacher, which would be easy. The other information on the flash drive is about tinker.com, which is another free coding site for kids. They just need to log in. If they have a Google email, especially, that it's a very easy thing to set up. There's lesson ideas for both Scratch Junior and Tinker. So there's a lot that can be done with both of those. So that is my box in a nutshell. I don't actually teach science, but I share an office with our science coordinator. So I've already talked to her about using the snap circuits. And I think I would talk to her about creating a box like this as well, because they do projects all the time. And I think having something central and just a lot of materials is really what's going to help the kids kind of engage and get excited about creating. So like I said, this would be marketed though towards teachers. So I think grades 2 to 5 would just get a kick out of this and be able to do a whole lot of things with it. Thank you.